Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the first of many episodes of a newfound show called Coach's Corner. I am your host, JJ Facts Only Green. New do. What do you know, buddy? What do you know? We're trying to make this look sexy. And we are here with many coaches of the newfound UFA. You've got Coach Soccerboy, Coach of Virginia. You've got Coach Hendo. He is the coach of Tennessee. Coach Earlz with that powerhouse Ohio State. And Coach Morgan, who is now coaching NC State. So, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. How is everyone doing this fine evening?
Doing great.
You guys
Can't
can
complain.
definitely answer, and anytime you want. This is open forum, folks. All right, you can cut people off. You can talk some crap. We're here for the drama. We're here for the drama. All right. All right. Well, with that being said, now that we are kind of in the home stretch of CFB 26, we have a new platform, new era, a new game coming in with CFB 27. How many of you have played the beta?
Native.
No. Oh, okay. Soccerboy has played the beta. Well, with that being said, let's ask you, how did you like the beta?
So little jumpy, little bouncy, standard stuff for a beta. Some stuff that just didn't make sense. Again, stuff for beta. It looks like there's going to be some real nice quality of life changes in the game. I don't want to spoil them for people that haven't, played or seen it yet, but definitely thinking there's going to be a much more user friendly and should be a much more overall enjoyable experience. I'm hesitant to say that EA ever gets anything right, but they may just have done something here.
Okay. Well, let's just start with you with some of these questions here. Seeing that you're not really expected to dominate due to past.
You can say it, past performances. I made my first bowl game last season.
I just spit the facts. Hey, yes, basically the first few seasons you weren't having a good run. All right, you got I believe fired a couple times. You ended up twice. You got fired twice, and then you ended up being an offensive coordinator. No, my question is, do you think the pressure's on you for this new chapter in football?
The pressure's always on, especially in a league as high skill cap as yours is. The pressure, one mistake is the difference between winning a game and losing a game. Absolutely. And, I just happen to usually make 3 or 4 interceptions a game. So, I make a ton of mistakes. However, I'm coming in to this new season, looking at a new game, very high hopes. Been working some strategies out, working my playbook, which should be the same exact playbook since I already used Virginia's playbook, into the new game. And my hope is by utilizing that playbook and trying out and playing a lot more this season, I'm not trying to win. Specifically this season, I'm just learning the playbook even more, some of the more deeper, more unused tactics in it, especially on offense. So that way, when it comes to next season, when we're on the new game, I have a better understanding in it, and I can operate a lot better and more efficiently on the attack.
Okay. I like that. You know what? We look forward to seeing what you bring to the league. I'm going to drop down and speak with a former champion himself. Coach Earlz has now become the coach of the Ohio State.
That's right.
Well, from moving from where he was to where he's going now, it's almost like it's unfair. It's unfair. But with the new concepts of the game, I don't know if you believe that the athletic director has some high hopes for schools like Ohio State. And the demeanor, if you don't know, could be patient, could be impatient. So is it possible you could get fired year one? Because again, I've seen a few things.
For sure, because Ohio State has that expectation to be there. So if I'm not there, seat's going to be hot.
Okay. Well, going with that, you've already won a natty, uh, and you've already tasted success. What do you think is your goal, or it's not necessarily your goal? What is your method to continuing that success with the new team?
I don't think there's going to be anything different. I think just going to attack it the same way.
Okay. So you're just confident that what you were using before is going to work now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel confident in my play style, so I think it'll be. I don't think anything will change that way, play style wise.
Okay. I like that. I like the confidence. I'm going to scoot down and speak with Coach Morgan. Now, the big thing here is commitment to the game. I know you kind of tapered off closer to the middle of the, second season or so in multiple leagues. Now, are you dedicated to staying in this for better or for worse? Are you here for the long haul?
Yes, sir. I'm absolutely locked in, doing everything I can, keep me locked in, make this Wolfpack team the best team it could be.
Wonderful. Now, my question now is, why did you pick the Wolfpack?
It's family to me. I got family history with this team, been cheering for them ever since I was a kid, and not a lot of team success, a lot of individual great players for this program, but I'm about a whole team array, going to make this NC State team something to remember for the future.
Okay, I like the confidence. Now, friend of the show, Mr. Hendo there, he is, to my knowledge, picking a favorite in Tennessee. Now, again, a very, very competitive person. My question to him now is, how are you going to be attacking your recruiting? What is your goal when it comes, because we know you are systematically in there, but I mean, new game, new team. Is it going to be the same type of recruiting style you had back in the day?
Well, my recruiting and my focus has changed as we went on in the 2026 game. I started focusing more on my secondary. It seems that everybody that I played, all the users that I play, like to spread it out and throw the ball around and use tight ends and fast backs and fast receivers. So I had to focus more on getting speed and skill in my secondary in order to compete with these guys. Not to say that I didn't before, but just hanging in these games and being close and making it to the semis or the championship every year is great. But I mean, getting over the hump, I felt like I really needed to focus on my secondary. I'm coming to it a little bit late now. I mean, my secondary is possibly the best in the whole nation this year. I mean, all my DBs and my safeties are all over 93 overall. And I mean, you saw it. We just played, right? They're flying around making plays. Yeah, I guess for next year at Tennessee in 27, we'll see how recruiting goes. We'll see how it's changed. I'm a big fan of the last couple days looking at people that haven't got offers and sliding in there and bringing them to my school, right? I'm big on coaching guys up, taking 3-4 stars and getting them to 5-star levels and making sure that I'm picking up guys that have the right traits. I'm not going to pick up a slow running back. Why would I do that? It just doesn't fit my play style, right? So even if they're 5 stars, if they don't fit, if they're not my archetype, I'm not going to take them. So.
Okay, fine. Very, very understandable. Now, speaking of the new game, the big focus this year is defense. And as you were stating about defense, you were really kind of scouting and recruiting guys to kind of match the style that other people were playing. Now, because of the amount of things you can do pre-play, and I'm going to kind of go down the line here and ask people, do you think it's more of a chess match in the game, or is it more relying on the thumb skills that you have for you to have success in this year's adaptation of football? We'll start with Coach Earlz.
Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next coach here. Let me get a second.
Okay,
here.
you want to think about that? Okay. Oh, Coach Morgan, how about you? Is it more chess match off the field, or is it more so thumbs on the field that's going to kind of grant your success for this year?
I think overall, as a league and in 27 in general, it's going to be something that depends on the player. Some players or coaches are going to rely more on thumb skills, player skills, while others are going to attack offenses via schemes and adjustments. I think it's going to depend on what you have.
I like that. So what you're saying is that a person can still find the success with a scheme, but that is still lacking thumb skills. Is that correct?
I believe that it could be possible if you have the right scheme to fit your team. You can do it, and you can also use your own thumb skills to get it done if you need to.
Okay. I'll shoot up with the soccer boy there, Coach. What's your take on the schemes versus thumb skill challenge here for the next game here?
So thumb skills definitely certainly make a difference. Punt returning, kickoff returning, running plays, yards after catch, things like that. But the end result is you still have to know the scheme. You still have to be able to make the reads, call the right plays in order to get the ball to where you need to be moving in order to even put those thumb skills into play in the first place. So I'm going to go scheme is going to be most.
Okay. Coach Hendo, what's your take? Schemes or thumb skills?
I mean, listen, if you suck at the game, you're not going to win. Like, it doesn't matter how great your scheme and all your stuff is. Like let's be real. My team's 99 overall. My team's been 99 overall for 3-4 seasons now, right? Same with Duke, same with Georgia, same with Clemson, right? So what's the defining factor of whether you win a game with another user? Sure, scheme, right? Like I've played Earlz a bunch. I've played you a ton over the past decade. You can get a pretty good feel for what the other guy's trying to do, right? Like Earlz sometimes gets very aggressive and he has his guys going for the hard flats, right? So you just got to be patient and throw over the top sometimes. If he gets lots of pressure, you're pooched, right? Because if you don't have the time to throw, you're going to have to throw in contested spots, and that's exactly what he wants, right? I mean, I don't hide anything. I go in I form and I run the ball, man. You might not know where I'm running it, right? I might go end around, I might go play action, but that's the thing. But the thing is that I've been running the ball in football games for a long time. But if you're not good at the game, you're going to be in tough, right? And here's the thing: if your team is good, right? Like think about the positions that you don't control. If your O line sucks, you can't run the ball, and it's going to be very difficult to pass, right? If you like controlling linebackers and your D line sucks and can't get any pressure on their own, it's going to be hard, right? So thumb skills aren't everything, but I mean it can make a big difference. And I'll just cite when I played Florida last year in the finals or in the semis. I had never played him before. He hit me with some stuff that I hadn't seen in a while, right? Because like I only play this game in our league, right? So I don't have the experience to overcome some of that stuff if I haven't seen it before. And he ended up catching me, right? So yeah, it is what it is. Scheme's great, but you got to be good at it.
Okay. We'll go back to Earlz there.
Yeah, I feel like the scheme will go a long way. Being able to match up personnel wise, playbook wise, defense. I mean, the schemes I think, will trump thumbs because thumbs, like Soccerboy said, comes in play on special teams, yards after catch, and extended run plays. People can get really sticky with it, and but I take schemes. I think you don't have to out scheme somebody for a whole game, more or less than using your thumbs. But you got to use your thumbs to make the right reads. So it can go both ways. It can go both ways.
Okay. I like the answers. I'm kind of leaning towards scheming as well. I think more so scheming would be a 60-40 split for me. Because again, if you can put together a team that can play the way you want to play, you have less stress on your thumb skills to execute what you want to do. So definitely agree with that for sure. Now, a huge upgrade to this year's game is the NIL and the recruiting process. It is going to be huge. Now, the question is, again, seeing that this is now the new blueprint. Again, everybody loves college because of the fact that you can recruit and whatnot. Now they've thrown this whole new wrench about NIL. All right. Some of the schools that we have in here have huge numbers. Some of them don't. What is your first thing you're going to be investing in when it comes to recruiting players? And we'll start with Coach Morgan.
So I think the biggest thing for NIL, I think great facilities is a key part to great players. Facilities will be important. Keeping coaches is going to be important because it's so much easier on a player when they have a coaching staff they know and trust. When you're changing coaches constantly, it's hard to keep that system and to keep developing because you're changing all the time. And then we'll look more towards players, probably more towards players who are already here that I know want to be here and have showed that they want to be at NC State.
Loyalty. I like that. Okay, since you said something about coaching, I'm going to throw this to Coach Hendo here. How important is keeping the same coaches on your roster?
Well, yeah, coaching stability. Obviously, it's something that some of the players look for when you're recruiting them, right? They don't want to go into a volatile situation. Some players only go. I mean, in real life, and I know that's what EA really tries to mimic. Some players go to certain schools for their offensive or defensive coordinator, right? The thing is that the facilities are going to be a big part. The main problem is, and especially being at a big school, is depth, right? How are you going to fill in those spots behind the front line, especially with the sliders we all know that our commissioner likes to use? Depth is going to be absolutely huge. Now, I'm just looking at Stanford this year. I don't have a backup quarterback. My backup quarterback is 73 overall because all my guys who were in their 80s all left because they weren't getting any playing time because I had a clear-cut number one. I run the ball a ton, so it was very easy for me to pick up backup running backs because they know they're all going to get their carries. So, right
there, you're saying that your style of play has kind of changed the atmosphere of your team.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, if you guys can recall, I had a pretty good 2 quarterback rotation there for a few seasons. I had my starting thrower, and I would put in my scrambler on running plays and to mix it up. So they were both happy. Ever since my scrambler retired, I've just had 1 quarterback, right? I've just used one because they've all got the same skill set, so I haven't had to switch guys in and out. But I've always used a ton of running backs. But for this season, we'll have to see how the mechanics have changed for recruiting and all that stuff. We're going to have to see how guys react to getting less playing time. Is a redshirt freshman going to be butthurt that he's not getting 60% of the snaps? Or is he going to know that his time's going to come? It's tough to say. We're going to have to see. I mean, God, like my team at Stanford on my O-line, my backups are 91 overall. My backup D-line, they're all 90 overall. Like it's insane the depth in some of these spots. But with the NIL coming in, if I can't pay all these guys, right, I'm not going to be able to keep them. or I'm going to have to spread it out, and I'm going to have less guys that are 95, 96 overall and go with a bunch of guys in the high 80s, right? And spread it out a bit. So that's what I'm anxious to see. Can you keep your superstars? Or is it going to be a thing where you're going to have to spread the money around and have a bunch of guys that are just really, really good and never have those first rounders if you want to be a super successful team? I don't know. With all these users, like it's going to be interesting to see how this game plays out.
Good answers. Now, you brought a great, interesting point, considering that some of the people who have some of the lower tier teams, recruiting is going to be hard because they have to compete with the NILs. Now, I guess we'll talk about both Virginia and NC State. They're not really top tier teams like Ohio or Ohio State or Tennessee. They will probably have to really dig deep to get the guys to their programs. Now, the question to these two coaches is, do you shoot for the 4-5 stars in the class, or do you just deal with what you got, say maybe low 4, high 3, and then shoot for the portal come, transfer portal side? We'll talk with Coach Morgan there. So is it the transfer portal, or are you going to shoot for the stars in the recruiting class?
Prefaced with before, I want guys that want to be here. So if there's a low 3-star or a high 3-star that wants to be here that doesn't require much NIL at all, compared to a low to mid 4-star that doesn't want to be here as much, then I'm gonna have to spend more money. I'm gonna go with the low 3-star. Obviously, as you mentioned, NC State isn't the best team in the ACC, but we know where we're at. We know we have the guys to compete. They've been working hard together. So we're going to focus on that and just do what we can with what we have. And then if that leads to more better guys wanting to come here, I'm going to bring them in the best I can.
I like it. So you're really going to be just hammering on that pipeline for the guys who are there and guys who want to play for you. You're not really caring about how great they are. You are going to build that whole foundation from what you have in your backyard. I like that. Now, Soccerboy, how about you? I mean, again, Virginia is still a popular team, but again, they're not big names such as Tennessee, Alabama, Ohio State, and so forth. So what's your take in terms of recruiting? Is it going to be shooting for the stars, or are you going to be trying to get people from the portal, or even use the whole NC State style and kind of get the homegrown talent and see who wants to play there and keep those guys and build from there?
Well, so with Virginia, it's a very unique school set. Being known as one of the Ivy Leagues of the South, one of the oldest schools, Thomas Jefferson founded UVA. Students don't come to UVA, including student athletes, generally thinking that they're going to go play pro sports. I mean, they've got great swimming programs, great soccer programs. For the longest time, a phenomenal basketball program. Football's not been, really known as, a powerhouse program for UVA really forever this last season. Tony Elliott took us to the ACC championship. And, and that comes into the game as well because it's programmed into the game. So what I'm going to be looking for primarily are people that want to come get that education. And that's going to be, a benefit for them, as well as, NIL money, things like that, proximity to home, school standing, things like that, which allows them to actually, get and seek what they want to. So I'm going to be kind of focusing on the 3 stars. If there's a 4 or 5 star that, has those attributes that wants that, that side, we're going to pull them. But it's mostly going to be transfer portal and 3 stars for me.
I definitely understand your take there. Because again, I think the toughest part, I don't want to say the toughest part, but the most challenging part is how you play your game is what's going to draw the people to your program. So like Hendo said, if you are a running team, like he has been, the running backs are a dime a dozen. He can get them. They're pretty much knocking down the door. They want to play because they know they're going to be getting the rock. Now, if that's not your style, or if that's your school's, lacking that, and you're needing it, and you're not playing that way, you're going to be hurting. So yes, you're going to definitely have to pick up the scraps or pick up and build from a 3-star, even a 2-star if you really can't find some great players there. So again, it depends. I think that's where the skill set and your scheming kind of dictates who's coming to your school. Yes, you have top tier programs, and yes, you're whatever. but at the same time, your style of play, I believe, is going to be definitely dictating who is going to be showing up to your school, right? Your name is one thing, prestige is another. Your style of play kind of hits it home for me, anyways. That's what I'm thinking. So that's a how would I say, an aspect that you can control. Now, things you can't control is the weather. Now, I know there's a lot of games that are going to be affected by the weather. And with the new dynamic, if those don't know, there is going to be dynamic weather throughout games. So it could start sunny and it can end up snowing by the third or fourth quarter. All right. Now, yes, people say, yes, it's a video game and whatnot. But you know what? Weather's going to matter in this one. Guaranteeing you, weather's going to matter. So,
Weather matters.
do you? True, but not to a point where it's dynamic. It's either you started with a whole bunch of snow or started with the rain, and that's that, right? And I didn't see a lot of fumbles or drop balls in rain games. Again, that's just me. I don't know if you guys saw that, but a lot of stuff really wasn't weather affected. Guys weren't slower. Guys were still catching things.
Kicking was affected a lot in the weather.
Kicking? Okay, fair enough.
Yep,
I can definitely see that. Yeah, kicking for definitely. But I mean, just in terms of fumbles, thrown balls, caught balls. I don't see that. I didn't see that being affected a lot in the previous version. So I'm hoping that is a big thing for this this game, because again, weather is a very, very big factor. And again, you have places that, let's see, who has a very, very, well, Michigan. Michigan can have a snowstorm at any time. It's like Winnipeg. You can get all 4 seasons in one day. It's possible. Definitely possible. So again, do you change your play style based on the weather? So, I mean, I know, again, we'll talk Coach Earlz right here. Coach Earlz loves to throw that rock. We know that. We've seen that.
I'm saying it.
You're slinging it. But now the question is, if it's snowing, if it's raining, are you still slinging that ball?
Yes, but with perception and different kind of, not like my normal slinging. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a different way to get the ball out. We find ways. Find ways.
Oh, okay. All right. I appreciate that, because I mean, again, for many years, I don't think weather was just really just a show for me. Anyways, it didn't really affect. And again, people say kicking was affected, and it's a possibility. But again, I don't see guys slipping when they're making cuts much. I saw that in Madden, not in college. Guys are catching balls that they shouldn't be catching, but they are, even if it's raining or snowing or whatever. So again, I hopefully that we get a game that actually has that feature affect the gameplay. So it's not just visual. All right. Let's get some rapid fire questions here for you guys. We'll start from the top down. We'll go with Soccerboy. Are you going to be are you a run first or pass first player?
Ooh, I like to mix it up evenly, to be honest, but mostly it just depends on who I'm playing. If I'm having more success with the run game, I'm running. If I'm not having too much success, I'm going to try and get the pass game going so I can open up that run game.
Okay.
Both are equally important in my mind.
Coach Hendo? Run first, pass first? Yeah, it's run first. Definitely run first. For sure. Yeah. Earlz. Earlz?
I'm a pass first.
You're a pass first.
Yeah.
Okay. Coach Morgan, how about you?
I'm big on using our best players. And looking at what we have right now, it's looking like running the ball. We have a few good running backs. We have a couple athletic quarterbacks who can run it as well. We got some younger receivers, a youngish offensive line. I think we're going to be a run-first team.
Okay. Now switching it up now on the defensive side, is it more man coverage or zone coverage for you? How about we'll start with you, Coach Morgan?
I'm thinking a zone coverage guy. My only issue that we're going to have to look at is we're very young on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, not many juniors and seniors, so we'll see how that goes. And if a change needs to be made, a change will be made. But I'm thinking I'm more of a zone guy first.
Okay. Earlz, how about you? Man or zone?
I feel like I'm a man, and then playing at Ohio State, we're producing guys to go play in the league. So if you can't lock up your man, you ain't gonna cut it. So yeah, so
okay,
I like man.
Okay, Coach Hendo.
It really depends who you're playing. It depends on the weather. It depends on all sorts of stuff. I would say I would defer more to base zone, but if you got to bring it, you're going to go send 6, cover 0. It just really depends what the game dictates. I mean, if you made me call one play for all the money, this is the defense, you can only call this for your entire life, probably cover 3. Right? I think that's your most base, covers the most, allows you to be aggressive on the run. Covers a lot of stuff. I mean, some of the better guys, Georgia runs tons of unbalanced, right? So when you're in the cover 3, it really exploits that because he knows you're in zone as soon as he comes to the line of scrimmage, no matter how you shell it. But I would say, you put a gun in my head, I'll go zone.
Okay, how about you, Coach Soccerboy?
I'm a zone. I prefer zone all the time.
Okay.
Man, I get beat too easily on, and looking at what the lineup's going to be, it's going to be much more effective to play zone. That's going to be able to stop the run and keep yards after catch controlled.
Okay. And now this is more of a roster preference: mobile quarterback or pocket passer. We'll start with you, Soccerboy.
Mobile all day long. Got to be able to do the quarterback keepers.
Okay, Hendo.
I would say mobile, like it adds another blocker.
Okay, Coach Earlz.
I like. Can I say pocket passer with like 70-something speed? Man,
I mean, if you're there to sit, because we know you like to sling it, so
yeah. So
but
like
if you have
if you have
that option, you can definitely use it. But I think worst case scenario, you'll take the pocket passer.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Coach Morgan?
I do like a pocket passer, I do. But when the play breaks down, I need someone who could still make something happen. So if I had to choose between one of the two, they can only be able to run, only be able to throw. I want a mobile guy instead.
Okay.
Man, how many pocket passers are even left?
What do you mean?
Right? Like, do you see tons of pocket passers in college anymore?
Well,
It's a lost art.
Gayen is considered a pocket passer.
You do see them, but because of the way the game is evolving, you need to have that back pocket speed
Mobility.
or ability to
How
avoid
good is an
run an
RPO if
option.
the quarterback doesn't have any chance of running the ball?
What's that?
You're taking how good is an RPO or a read option if you're taking 1/3 of the outcomes out because the quarterback can't run?
But that's
right?
not totally true, because if he's a pocket passer, they're going to be shunned. They're going to be looking for that pass, so you can get 5 yards even if your guy runs at 60 freaking.
With a guy with 50 speed.
Hey, again, if he can bring,
you know what? Hey, why don't you prove us all wrong, Tokes, and have all your quarterbacks have under 60 speed next season, just to try to prove a point.
Well, I'm a pocket passer. I'm a pocket passer, so
okay.
we'll just leave it at that.
Can't wait.
We'll see what happens.
Can't wait to see
what happens. Again, but schemes is what's going to win the games for me. Okay. Not no speedy running quarterback.
All
no,
right.
We'll see. Anyways, looking to the end of this, first of all, who do you think is your biggest threat when it comes to this season? I know there's a ton of new people in this edition of the UFA, but I mean, based on what we've seen before, who do you think is the toughest person, or we'll say toughest team? Okay, we'll say toughest team. We won't even use who's coaching them, but we'll say who is the toughest team that you think you'll be having trouble with playing against if you had to play them. We'll start with Coach Earlz.
I think Cliff whoever Cliff is going to be, I think he's a tough user. So he brought in some dogs in this new version. So with Cliff, Dirty Bear,
Mm-hmm.
they all can
Mm-hmm.
play. So
Okay. Now I believe, based on what I've seen, I think Dirty Bear is playing with USC. So that's again a speed school. So watch out for that. And Dirty Bear, I'm sorry. And Cliff, I'm not sure who he's taking right now. I'm going to check the list again. But going forward, let's see. Coach Hendo, how about yourself? Who do you think is a tough team or tough school to play against?
Well, I mean, you got to go with all the usual suspects, right? Like, look at the guys that have been in the playoffs the last 5 seasons, right? It's always the same guys. So that's the easy one. What I would say right now is one thing that you need to look out for is there's a lot of people in the southeast of the country. There's a lot of users in the southeast of the country. Um, One of the reasons that I've had so much success at Sanford is I was the only California user. So I was absolutely cleaning up in California with recruiting because I didn't have any users to compete with. Now I see on the map here we've got UCLA has a team. You said somebody's taking USC, so at least they'll take a bite out of each other. But the thing is that like California is a huge state, lots of great players. You got Coach Dredd up in Oregon, all by himself up in the Northwest, right? He's going to be recruiting basically versus a bunch of computers, and we're all going to be hammering each other in the Southeast, getting from the same pool of guys. First one to take over Texas will probably have the most early success because we don't have any Texas teams, right? So, yeah, I mean, we could talk about users and stick skills and guys that play good. I'm worried about the teams that are going to they're going to be shooting fish in a barrel because they've got no users to compete against in recruiting. That's what I'm worried about because, again, just based on fact, that's why I had a lot of success at Sanford in 26.
You make a very, very good point. Yeah, recruiting
Well,
again.
and Duke in Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Who else was over on that side of the country recruiting against him? Right?
Absolutely no one.
We had our own areas and we were getting everybody. So
It's true. This is true.
Now that we have so many users, like the recruiting is going to be very interesting.
And you're moving them schools like USC and Oregon back to the Pac-12, so that could change a little bit, like NIL wise, possibly with the conference. So see what that does.
This is very true. I like the aspect of the fact that it's not really the school itself, but the recruiting, the back end, on the freedom to kind of pick at any pawn you want because there's no competition there. You're totally right there. Because again,
nobody in your backyard.
Yeah, there's if no one's there fighting against you, then you have and again, Duke is a perfect example. He had some studs coming out there because no one was coming up after his recruits. There was no challenge.
It was the best team the first 2 seasons.
Well, of course. But again, I mean, if there's no one there to fight you against these recruits, then it's a walk in the park. Because again,
number one is team success. Number 2 is mom and dad. Are you staying close to home?
True.
Right.
Very true. Very true. Very true. How about you, there, soccer boy?
Well, in all honesty, I mean, Hendo's the one to beat. But if we're being honest, beating myself.
Well,
making silly mistakes, sticking to my game plan, not straying away from it, and beating myself. That's the biggest person that I need to, focus on is not, beating myself.
That's a very, very honest answer. I like that answer because you're right. You know what? The game is within the game. But if I wanted to say a name or two, Georgia, the Georgia Bulldogs has been running roughshod for a while now. All right. Quietly, right? He's won 3 championships. He has not lost a game since he's been there. And then again, you bring some big dogs like the Dirty Bear, like Cliff, like Doxy. I don't know if Hendo remembers Doxy, but Doxy was running Madden way back when.
Who won the championship in your last year of running a Madden league?
We're just gonna We've
Hey, he
had
won the
some
championship in that league.
technical difficulties here. Somebody's just
saying.
weird.
Just saying, I won the championship in that league.
Anyways, yes, you have won. Yes.
Oh no, I won your last Madden league. I'm just saying, last time you were on a Madden league.
It's true. It's true. You're right. Okay, you're right. Now, again, last shot to the league. All right, we need to see or kind of understand what you're bringing to the league. So give the league a warning of what you're bringing to this season and onward. Who knows how many seasons we're going through? I mean, we have a lot of players. Well, hopefully we have a lot of commitment because it is a new game, but we want to run through this thing as fast as possible and get at least 7-8 seasons in. For those who don't know, there is a cash prize in season 5 of $500. Now, again, for you to get that prize, you need to have a clean slate. No sanctions. No investigations. No holding up the league because you don't RTA. These are all going to be factors to get that money. All right, Commissioner says. Anyways, give the league a warning shot. Give the league a warning shot of what you have in store for this season, and we're going to start with Coach Morgan right now.
We're getting ready. We are going to get Carter Finley Stadium rocking each and every weekend. We're going to hit you hard. We're not big fans of the running side to side when you find a hole. You're running forward. You're fighting for every single yard you can get. If you have a man one-on-one, you can try and juke him out, but don't be running side to side trying to find a hole to get through.
Okay. Coach Earlz, what about you? What's your warning shot to the league?
You know, just like in 26, you've seen Duke up there 1-2 every season. You're going to expect to see Ohio State up there as well every season. We're going to be there.
Okay, all right. Coach Hendo, what say you?
Well, much like Earl's, always been near the top, right? And I took a school that you would not consider to be a major player, again, much like Duke, right? And made it a powerhouse. Now, Earl's and I are starting with powerhouses. So, it's coming week 1, season 1, right? There's no building it up. It's built, right? Mm-hmm. So, I don't need to build shit, right? I just need to maintain now,
build depth,
right? Which is nice. But again, Tennessee itself has had its challenges. All the promise that it's ever shown over the last 10 years, they've never gotten over the hump, right? We beat Alabama, once in the last 8 years, right? And we tore the stadium down because it was like, holy shit, we beat Alabama the third weekend of October, right? Like, oh my God. We want to make that the norm. I think we want that to be not such a surprise that we're storming the field every time we beat Alabama. We want it to be like, bacon and eggs on a Sunday morning. Like, it's just what you do, right?
Okay. Now, before we go to soccer, I will tell you that some of these athletic directors take rivalries to heart. And if you do not perform and execute what is asked for in this rivalry, you could lose your job. So when you got Alabama in your mouth,
yeah,
you might need to check it, because if you don't win that game, you could get fired.
Well, I know the guy who is Alabama, and I what if I lost to him? Like, I'm like fucking 21-1 the time against him. Just, I don't know.
Game, new year. Just saying. All right, new game, new year. Anyways, Soccerboy, what's your warning shot to the league? Let them know.
Watch out for me, season 5.
Watch out for him, season 5. That's all he's saying, folks. Watch out for him, season 5. All right. That's it. That's all for you guys. I want to thank all the coaches for participating in this Coach's Corner. We'll definitely do it again. Maybe with the same group, maybe a different group. Who knows? There are going to be different smiles and different frowns on these faces because, again, when we get back to it, the season will have begun. All right? Thank you all. You guys have a good one. This is JJ Facts Only Green. Good night.